Women Warriors, Stories from the Thin Blue Line. It is clear there will be two types of readers for this eye-opening anthology. The first type of reader will not be able to put this book down. The second type of reader will have to put down this work, taking it in more bite-sized chunks. Clearly, I fell into the second camp. Certainly, this exceptional work is insightful on many levels, and for me I found it emotionally charged, unable to continue with the sagas as they were laid out without taking a mental break. Of the 46 tales told, it would be difficult to not be thoroughly moved by at least 40 of them. It is not difficult to comprehend the challenges faced by women entering what was historically an all-male occupation. However, that is only the beginning of the surprises uncovered in this work by John Wills, himself an alumni of Chicago's finest and a retired FBI agent. The tales from these courageous women certainly would have made Sigmund Freud proud. I understand, certainly, from reading these women's stories, they went into the profession out of a deep gut desire to make a difference on the planet, to have their lives really mean something. Their stories range from being hilarious to hair-raising. While I'm not sure what possessed me to skip the table of contents and delve right into the first chapter, it made the book even more exciting and compelling. I was surprised when the book moved from part 1 to part 2. By the time I had completed part 4, mentally I felt like the four horsemen of the apocalypse rode into town, tied up my limbs, and went off into different compass directions. I turned the page to find part 5, Stories from Female Correction Officers. Perhaps the most engaging piece was the information from the dispatcher's viewpoint. Never did I realize that being a dispatcher was such a hectic, emotional, and too often thankless job. Setting the tales aside, the insights given should you ever have to be the person that calls an emergency center certainly makes getting the book more than worthwhile. From the tale, I expected to be interesting stories from some towns or city cops that just happen to be female, and the insights from the frontline people ranging from ATF to the FBI, and even some international insights gave me a different view of both historical events and just how well the dark side of evil humanity can be. If you are not moved by the tales in Woman's Warrior, you probably do not have a pulse.